Okay, so in today's video about AAVE, I want to talk about this part of the price action specifically and show you some important levels to have your eyes on and tell you overall why we just do not have anything to be worried about. And if anything, the current move down might be a great long opportunity. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're having a great time with your family and loved ones. And before we start today's video, I need to tell you that today I'm doing a market update for my members, and in it I'm going to talk about what might be next for Bitcoin and also altcoin market and what are the potential long opportunities. So if you are interested in those informations, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. If you don't want to, that's absolutely fine. Let's get on with our video. Now, if you remember, the last time that we talked about AAVE, I believe we were somewhere around these areas, and I was saying, well, okay, in terms of Elliott Waves, we can have different possibilities, but overall, all of them are going to be bullish. You see, if you want to argue that we're gonna have our final bottom around here, maybe this is like a very important support, then okay, we must be able to find off of the lowest low in this region a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up. Now let's go on the live chart. Okay, based on what I showed you, I was saying in AAVE we can have two different scenarios. Scenario number one suggests that this point right in here, about let's say $270, is indeed our final bottom, and from here we're just going to continue our move on the upside, and based on it I can tell you maybe this is a 1, this is a 2, decent move up into wave 3, and then we were saying that what we want to see in this area is a corrective movement for 4, and after it another move up into wave 5. Now the question is this scenario still in play or not? Well, it can be, but if we are actually bullish in AAVE in the short term, I think we can talk about a better possibility, and that is, you probably know it, a series of 1-2s. This can be 1, 2, and then let's say 3, 4, 5 to about here, and at that point this red 5 wave up is going to be into a larger degree wave 3, and then correction for 4, another move up into wave 5. This is our bullish possibility if you want to argue that the bottom is in right in here. Now what is the other scenario? It's going to be the bearish one that suggests instead of having an impulse from this point, we are having actually an ABC zigzag, which the subways for it are going to be like this. Let's just say this one, excuse me. Okay, 5 wave up into a correction for wave B, maybe ABC, maybe WXY, maybe even a triangle, doesn't really matter, and then another 5 up into our C. Now let's go on the live chart and see what is happening. Okay, we said this can be an ABC zigzag on the upside, and after it's over we can get a move down in order to take this low down here about $270. Now the question is, which scenario is going to be in play? Well, we cannot say anything for sure, and there is no certainty in any market, but here's the deal. Taking this low right in here about let's say $290 will have a very important message, and is that probably the bearish scenario is in play, and from here we might see maybe another 10% move down in order to also take this low. Now the question is, should we be bearish actually in this area? I'm going to tell you absolutely 100% not, and here is the deal. You see, let's just do this. Okay, in a downtrend we are going to have basically a series of lower highs and lower lows. Now sometimes we see a move down and then after it a move up, which in it we are going to retrace quite deeply and reach to about the previous high, and followed by that we're going to get another move down. In these cases, because this retrace is quite deep, we can say that the bears do not actually have a whole lot of power, because if they had power they wouldn't really allow this retrace to get so deep, and as a result of it we can argue, you know what, maybe the next move down is not actually going to be that huge, and instead, for example, we can take this low but not go a whole lot lower, and after it we can get a very strong bounce back and continue our uptrend. And that was the topic of previous video. What do we have in here? This is a high, followed by that we got a move down. This is quite a deep retracement on the upside, and that's why I said, look, even if in AAVE if we want to get another move down, I don't really expect that it's going to be such a big move on the downside. And sure, we might take this low, but after it, I don't think that we're going to go a whole lot lower, and we're going to get a very strong bounce back. And we also have a very, very important reason for something like this to happen. We talked about it before in terms of classic TA, meaning support and resistances. We are having a very important, let's say, broken resistance in here from weekly and daily time frame at the same time, and it is exactly under this low. So for me, makes sense to say that in AAVE, if you want to have, for example, another move on the downside, it's probably going to be just a simple retest of this level, and then after it, you know what, I am counting on a very strong move on the upside. And in terms of Elliott waves, in here we can have different possibilities, but all of them, I promise you, are correction structures. And I can tell you, maybe this is going to be, if I just do this, okay, ABC down into wave W, correction for wave X, and we can have another move down in form of potentially an ABC zigzag into our wave Y in order to complete this pattern in form of a double zigzag. Can we have another possibility? Yes, I can tell you, maybe this is going to be like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down in order to complete the sub waves, you know it, for an A, B, C flat structure. So for the next couple of days in AAVE, if we take this low, you can expect a continuation of this move down in order to take also this one. But then after it, I want you to remember that we are probably going to get a very strong move on the upside, because again, on a higher degree, overall, what do we have in this region? We talked about this possibility so many times. Odds are from here, we are having 5 up into wave 1, correction for wave 2, and then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into our wave 3, followed by that, whatever move on the downside that we are having, in my primary case at least, is going to be just a normal corrective movement into wave 4, and after it's over, what do we have? Well, according to this scenario, seems like another big move up into wave 5. That's why I believe in AAVE, we are just absolutely bullish and there is nothing to be worried about. And indeed, if we get this move on the downside, it's probably going to be a fantastic long opportunity. And here is my final argument for why in AAVE we are looking just fantastic. Let's check out indicators and start from weekly time frame. Okay, what do we have in here? A buy signal in MACD, which is a fantastic sign that suggests more likely than not our move up is just not over yet, especially because in terms of momentum, we are definitely in the positives. And in daily time frame, what's happening? Okay, we are having a sell signal in MACD, and if you want to be bullish with a bit more confidence, well, okay, I would argue maybe you need to wait a bit more and see a buy signal in this region. Now, the main bullish sign that I see in this area is actually in RSI indicator. You see, this is a low, this one is a potential higher low, but in RSI, what do we have? This is the low, this one is a lower low. Now, this is a very important point. This is not a normal divergence. What it can be is actually a hidden one. You see, let's just do this and take this one. Here are the lines for it. Okay. And this is going to be our potential line on the live chart. And the message in here is that, look, bears, it seems like that do not have a whole lot of power, and soon bulls are going to take charge and just push the price higher and higher in AAVE. And if we get a continuation of this move down in order to take this low, okay, this hidden divergence is going to get invalidated. But at that point, well, okay, in RSI, we are going to be way deep into the oversold region, which suggests once more, soon we are going to get a very strong bounce back. So in terms of indicators, we are having great signs. In terms of Elliott waves, there's a very high chance that overall we are dealing with a correction structure into this wave 4, and after it's over, what are we going to have? Another big move up into wave 5. And also in terms of classic TA, any kind of move down in AAVE, as long as we are going to stay above this level, it's safe to say that it's going to be absolutely temporary. And I just cannot believe that our move up is over. And for now, at least, let's just say I do not see a whole lot of evidence suggesting something like that scenario is going to be in play. That's why in my primary case, I am absolutely bullish. So I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in AAVE's chart. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.